Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day one of Valorant Masters Korea. I am Achilles alongside Paper Thin yet again, and oh boy, do we have a day of Valorant action for you guys. Whew! Starting things off, it's going to be Vision Strikers going up against New Turn, and that is already a banger of a match. The analyst desk was talking about it, Chobra, and Ending Life going through it. Is that a finals caliber matchup? We're going to find out in just a bit.
I mean, in my book, I thought these were the two best teams in Korea coming into this, and to see them square off right away, completely insane. It's going to be awesome. You guys are in for a real treat. Now, it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter who loses, but it is a double elimination. So
Yes.
It's not the end of the world if one of these teams loses, or, one will lose, of course. But, we could still see them in the finals, depending on how things shake out. So this could actually be a preview of the finals.
It very well could. You never know what's going to happen here at Valorant Masters. You know, I'm already just looking at the Trash Talk video. Vision Strikers there with Stacks. It's got a lot to say, saying that they're going to show some new strategies, also saying that it's time for them to lose. But something tells me that that's just a little bit of a front. They don't want to lose. They don't want to give up that win streak. But as that win streak continues onward, the pressure just continues to build up. Every single team that is here that is going to be fighting across the next week and a half is going to be vying for the crown. The question is, can anyone take it off of Vision Strikers' heads?
I mean, you saw it in the video. Everybody's gunning for the Vision Strikers. And of course, there's some rivalries and things, and everybody's, looking at each other based on some of the previous matchups where they've run across each other in Valorant Challengers Korea along the way. Now you can see here kind of the progression of things, how things go. Masters, then the championship. So it's really exciting here, guys. You can see our schedule up on the top. You can see here, Group A, round one is today. We've got, 6 days in a row here of Valorant Korea?
Just about.
Insane.
Yeah, it's going to be back-to-back action. Of course, all the other regions are going to be ongoing as well, so there is plenty of Valorant for you guys to just sit back, have a cozy little weekend, and absorb it all in. Finals, we'll have a nice little break between the 17th and 21st for whichever two teams are making it into that main event, that best of 5, to get prepared. But yeah, otherwise the action pretty much looking non-stop. Everybody here going to be competing for prize money as well as those circuit points, those ever crucial circuit points to get themselves into champions at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And so whoever wins this event, it's money and it's circuit points. That's the big thing. Whoever wins this is not going to Iceland, so just keep that in mind. We don't know who's going to go to Iceland until after the next finals here in Korea. So
yeah.
hold your horses on that. We aren't going to figure that out today. All we know today is money and circuit points for the end of the year event.
Yeah, and of course, 5 million won there as well for the MVP prize, so it's a decent little bit of cash that you're going to be walking away with here at the end of the day if you're able to net that for yourself. As well as just the team prize pool as well, just to go ahead and do the easy math for you guys. 5 million won, it's about 5,000 USD.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice little, chunk of change there in your pocket. Oftentimes here in Korea, they'll just split it with the whole team, whoever gets the MVP. So that's kind of how things go. Here you can take a look at our groups. Group A is insane. Vision Strikers, New Turn, Apex People, TNL.
Yeah, and I can't help but agree with Ending Life as he was mentioning that it seems like Group A is absolutely stacked to the brim. Vision Strikers and New Turn, as you already mentioned, potentially the top two teams. Then you have Apex People, who's been making a very deep run, as well as TNL Esports, that has been around since the inception of Valorant Esports, formerly the sister team of Vision Strikers, then known as Quantum Strikers, and they are still a very formidable opponent, even if they haven't had as much success in the first stage of Challengers. Over in Group B, Muyahu have absolutely exploded out onto the scene, formerly known as Bear Claw. Then you have AP Prince kind of bringing up the rear, but Damwon Gaming Kia is there, and then you have F4Q, who plays a perfect wild card in Group B.
Yeah, F4Q is my favorite team to watch. They're absolutely just wild. They go for big plays. It's kind of a go big or go home strategy for them, and that makes them really exciting, and that makes them really dangerous. That's why you saw a lot of teams talking about them in the pregame video. They're really kind of all just like, we don't know what to expect when we play F4Q because they're all over the place. But that's neither here nor there, because today is going to be really exciting. Not only do we have Vision Strikers against New Turn, huge game to start things off, but then we have a rematch from last weekend. Apex People and TNL just played in a best of 2, and Apex People 2-0'd them.
Yeah, I mean, you heard it there from TNL saying that they felt like they got a little bit backstabbed. They didn't really anticipate Apex People to be able to perform at that level, so they're going to be looking for a bit of revenge in that second series. So we're going to be taking care of the first round of Group A here today. Then tomorrow we'll get our first glance into Group B. Then we'll go into the losers, the winners play, all building up towards that big grand final on the 21st. But man, it's been a long time coming, Paper Thin. We have been ready for this since the very beginning. Had to go through 3 stages of challengers, play 3 weeks to get ready to see who is going to be the best, to have a best of 3, 2-group round-robin play here with double elimination. My body is ready, you know? I'm just fully prepared here. I say round-robin, that's not actually the case, but still, all the same, the excitement levels are through the roof right now.
I mean, it was hard for me to sleep last night. I was jazzed for this, man. I was so ready. I actually woke up before noon today. Like, that's unusual for me. Like, I am never, ever up before that time. Like, most people are getting lunch, and I'm, like, just dragging myself out of bed. That's how, like, psyched I am for this. This is going to be really, really cool today. I mean, to get this match to kick things off is a real treat here. And, again, a double elimination, so it doesn't feel as awkward to have these 2 teams square off in the beginning. Whoever loses will still have a chance. And coming up first here on our screen is going to be the Vision Strikers, the best team in Korea, the undefeated team. Cannot wait to see what they've got for us today. New strategies. And I want to preface this a little bit. They said they've got something new. So to me, that indicates that the maps are kind of, we know that they're one of the few teams that has practiced Icebox and is trying to force it. To me, that indicates there must be an agent change that they're looking at. They've only really used 7 agents the last time they played in the last Challengers too. You have your basic, Jet, Cypher, Killjoy, Raze, Omen, and Sova, and then occasionally they play Sage if they're on split. So outside of that, the real question is what is the change for Vision Strikers? What new ideas are they bringing?
I mean, given how tactical this team is, it wouldn't shock me at all if the thing that they're teasing is going to be maybe a Viper. We have seen a little bit of a slight increase in play from her, as well as Sky, who has shown up a lot in Week 3 Challengers. So maybe that is what they're going to be bringing to the table. Time will tell as we get into here. I think that they're going to be wanting to hold those secrets a little bit closer to the vest as long as they possibly can. But if NewTurn really does push them here in this first series, they might have to let those secrets out right off the bat here in this Masters tournament. On the other side, it is NewTurn, Allow, Solo, Suggest, Perry, and Lakia looking to take down the kings of Korean Valorant.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is another team very similar to Vision Strikers, at least in their most recent history. The last time we saw them, same with Vision Strikers, was Challengers 2. Because of how they performed in that event, they qualified directly to the Masters. They didn't even have to go through Challengers 3. So very similar. They have very similar agent selections, very similar ideas on how to attack the maps. Some of the differences is, I would say that, they talked about it in the video where that NewTurn is flexible, Vision Strikers is steel. Well, what does that mean? Vision Strikers is a lot of set plays, a lot of playing off the backs of, flashes from either Glow or stacks, and then somebody plays off of that, Jet tailwinds in, whatever that may be. They try to get you with those kind of micro ideas. But NewTurn, they kind of let the game come to them a little bit more. They have very similar agent lineups, but they're a little more reactionary than I'd say Vision Strikers is.
Well, taking a look at our key player matchup here, it's going to be Glow up against Allow. Glow, the in-game leader here for the side of Vision Strikers, very much the esports veteran. 32 years old, still competing, still on top of his game, and one of the best Omens in the world. Certainly, I would say the best that we have here in Korea.
I 100% agree. I mean, he brings so much to the table. The in-game leader for Vision Strikers, not only, like you mentioned, he's oldest, so that not only is he the older brother on the team, which is very important in Korean culture, but he's also just a genius. I mean, he's so smart at this game. He's put these guys together from the get-go and has them, functioning like a well-oiled machine. There is no stopping with these guys. They are just incredible. He's all over the place. He's very smart. Not only is he smart, not only does he make great choices with the in-game calls, with his smokes, with his paranoias, he can shoot too. This guy can frag.
Yeah, he absolutely can, and that's going to be his, his background playing in CS for so very long. This roster wholeheartedly just brought over from Counter-Strike into Valorant, so they maintain their synergy, they learn the new game, they get down the mechanics of it, and they've been executing at the highest level, some would say around the world. I would say easily the best team mechanically in the world. Aim is always going to be something that's up for debate between different regions, between different players, but you can't deny it that these guys have one of the best minds collectively for determining how to play the game. We'll go ahead and take a glance at our predictions here as well as the Korean commentators. So surprisingly, Inho is the only one going with Vision Strikers. You and I both have selected Vision Strikers to walk away the victors, but Chick Kwangwon has gone for NewTurn, as has Binbon, so maybe today is the day.
I mean, I definitely could be. This was a really hard one for me to pick. Yeah, I thought Vision Strikers 2-0, but I think that's because Vision Strikers is going to come in here with something we've never seen before, and I think they're going to really surprise Newturn, and my expectation is Newturn is going to kind of just do what they do, and that's fine. That could very well work for Newturn. They're extremely good, like they've been talking about, like both on the analyst desk and in the videos. They're just getting better and better. They're really catching up really fast to Vision Strikers.
Yeah, they really have been. I personally went with the 2-1 here today. I think that if Vision Strikers are going to get this, it's not going to be for free. I think that Newturn will be able to take a map off of them. How about you?
I think if Vision... So for me, I really feel like Vision Strikers, unless they've got something wild prepared for Ascent, they have to get that out of the way. They have to ban that, because that has been where they have struggled the most out of any map in recent history, particularly against Newturn. That's where Newturn beat them when they went 1-1 in a best-of-2 during Challengers 2. So I think for me, unless there's something really wild going to be coming out from them, I would expect, Newturn bans Icebox, because Vision Strikers is the only team that seems to want to play it in Korea. And then for Vision Strikers, maybe they ban Ascent. But again, I don't know what they have to bring here. I think Vision Strikers is just... I don't know. There's something about them that just is so powerful.
Okay, well, Newturn are taking us to Haven, and then we will have Icebox from Vision Strikers, and Ascent is going to close it out. This is absolutely spicy. Haven and Icebox have been two of Vision Strikers' stomping grounds. Newturn have shown us that they can compete. They can play the highest level with that map pick, but Ascent is really the key point there. That's where they got taken to overtime the first time that these guys clashed in the qualifier for Week 1 Challengers. The first time, I believe, that Vision Strikers had really been taken into OT. They closed that out 14-12. Question is now, if we go to Ascent yet again, can it be Newturn as the victors this time around?
And if you're wondering what's going on with the bans here, Split, they basically, Newturn banned Vision Strikers' best map. Split
they have a 100% win rate.
By far their best map. You just don't want to face them on it. Makes a lot of sense. And for Vision Strikers, they just hate bind. Yep. Like, they've actually just said it. They're actually pretty good at it, in my opinion, but they just don't like to play it. So they just aren't comfortable on it, and psychologically speaking, you don't want to play on a map you're not comfortable on. I totally get it, and I think that makes a lot of sense. I think this, to me, indicates that they do have some new strategies planned. Oh! Wait. Oh, Vision Strike. No. Okay, we're okay. This looks the same. I thought of it for a second there. We might get something different, but no.
We just had to we had to refresh you just to get the attack defense information. It looks like they're for Icebox, so it will be Newturn opting to go in for the attack first. So apologies for the little refresher there. If you take it at a glance, you might not notice any differences, but yeah, this is absolutely going to be an incredibly spicy series here between these two squads. And it seems like, maybe the curse for Tastosis is going to continue. Maybe that this is going to be the only Icebox picks that we get in the entirety of Masters, and they will just continue, or Tasteless at least, will continue to just never get to commentate it at all.
I think I've only gotten it once or twice, not many times, but I actually find Icebox to be really fascinating. There's a lot of open space on the map, so a lot of the smokes and other things are very, very important. We have no Astra yet. We are on the newer patch, but we do not have Astra available for this tournament, so just so you guys know at home, no Astra. Everything else is in there. There were no changes to the guns or the prices of anything in 2.04, so yeah, that is all the same.
Yeah, exactly. This is, going to be the post-Reyna, nerf, buff, whatever or leveling out, whatever you want to call it for her. We do still see Reyna from time to time. Certain people are willing to pick her up, but will not have Astra available. Yoru, of course, is also in the pool for the agents. And speaking of which, we are getting ready to jump into our agent selection to see who is going to be piloting what, and whether or not we're going to be seeing any of those surprise strategies in the agent selection here from Vision Strikers, as they aforementioned. They're going to be over on the left side of our screen, and already Stacks potentially showing us Sky has the hover coming through, as well as Glow lurking on a Brimstone. So this would be a major departure for Vision Strikers if they decide to go for this comp.
Yeah, guys, this would be huge. If you see any Reynas between these two teams as well, that's going to be wild. Sky, Yoru, I mean, any of these things is going to be very, very unusual. For Newturn, it looks very stock standard. It looks very typical for what they like to do. And the only thing that could be different here is potentially Stacks was hovering over Sky there for a moment, thinking about it. They haven't locked it in, and if this is what they go for, I will say the unusual part here for Vision Strikers is, of course, no Jet, but RB does like to play Raze, and a Jetless team on Haven we've seen it before.
We have. It's been a long time coming, but yeah, there we go. Already the first departure. So Stacks, formerly just playing the Breach and then occasionally the Sage, as you aforementioned, will be picking up something new. Sky locked in. Question is now, do we get the jet from RB, or does he just go straight up for the raise?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what they want to go with, and this is a map where, they're gonna go with it. RB is going to go with the raise. King locks in the Killjoy, so there is Locky over there on Sova. So for new turn, this is pretty stock standard. For the most part, pretty normal stuff, what they like to go with. Just gonna juggle around a few of the, I don't know how to say this, like the normal agents that they go with, but for the most part, it's pretty normal. Suggest pretty much loves to play Raze. He will switch it off to a few other things every once in a while. Of course, Allow is a fantastic jet player, as we saw earlier on in our screen. He puts up fantastic numbers. Does a great entry frag.
All right, well, already an immediate departure from the norm here from the side of Vision Strikers, who will be kicking things off on defense as we get ready to jump into Haven. Let's see how they pilot this new composition, or whether or not Newton is going to be able to pick up a map win here on their selection of Haven. Let's jump straight into the action. The first series of Masters is starting right now.
And to kick things off, as it will be for every map today, new turn on attack, Vision Strikers on the defender's side. So for Vision Strikers, going to be really curious to see how they're going to approach this. Typically, Vision Strikers in the past has been a team that likes to lurk, that likes to push out of long C or long A with either a jet or their Sentinel. And we'll see if that's kind of how they're going to adjust to that. Not having that jet for those quick maneuvers potentially could be quite fascinating to see what they do on the defender's side here. If they're really just kind of going to play back more than maybe they usually do.
Time will tell as we go ahead and get a general look here from the top down of the setup. Seems like we will just be having King set up here on B. Maybe just holding on to an additional Nano Swarm as well. So otherwise a 2-1-2 split. The main stack coming through right now from new turn over towards the A lobby. So maybe looking at a pistol round rush over onto that A site. We'll come down to RB and Stacks to try and defend it. So a quick little rotation available from King if that's going to be the call. So as the clock ticks down, let's go ahead and get things started and see who is going to be able to start things off on the right foot. We can anticipate that it's going to be new turn winning this pistol round, but we will just have to wait and see. Boombot will go ahead and clear down into short. Smoke comes out. And now it's going to be a lurk over into mid.
Yeah, it looked like a fake over to A, seeing if they could buy a little bit time to get the setup. Omen watching C. Just seeing what's going on over there. Spike is wrapping back around. Lockyer going to send the Owl Drone in through Garage. There is the alarm butt, so that's going to let them know that Suggest is there.
Yep, they clear that one out. The Paranoia cutting through the Garage, manages to clip on the 3 players. That's going to delay any further push. Now they'll start making their way over to the site. They get a spot on one, but Zest instantly finds the headshot, taking down Suggest. A great blind, flies through, catches 2. King and Glow both get dropped. Stacks trades one back. Now pushing forward. Smoke's coming down. Spike will get planted. Turn here with a man advantage. Can they hold it out? It's looking good as RB will fall.
Well, Stacks, it's all up to him. And just in case you weren't sure, ooh, he clips Allow, but Allow, great tailwind to get out of there. All heading into C main here. Solo winding up. Fault line, it looks like. Stacks gonna let it go, and they're gonna use that. He's gonna not be able to get the defuse.
Yeah, can't get out of range. Just tries to just stick in there. But that will be the closeout here on the round. So round 1 going the way of new turn. And, you know, for anybody who's watched the Vision Strikers series, which I'm sure the majority of you in the chat have.
They bad at pistol rounds.
They're very bad at pistol rounds. So this is not shocking.
Yeah, it's just been kind of, they fully admit it too. They just say, yeah, we're just bad at pistol rounds. We don't know why. And it is quite mind-boggling, to be frank with you. I mean, they pick up so much steam. They're so good after this. Coming in here as we look to kind of go on their eco round. They don't have, typically they aren't going to be a team that does something like and tries to grab a little bit, you know, some buckies or things like that in their eco round. And looks like pretty stock standard anti-eco for new turn. Allow. Push up through long 8 with the jet. They're going to catch somebody inside of there. Smoke's down. Entry is great.
Yeah, right around the side stacks, falling RB just shortly before. So already the attempted 3v5 retake here. So go ahead and get that UI popped up on your screen. King just throwing down the turret, trying to get a sense of where people are at, but they will be able to finish off first.
Yeah, there's a smoke coming down from the Omen here. Glow just kind of taking his time. They don't know, because of those two open frags on the site, that if anybody's been able to come through long A. And indeed, Lakia is here with the ghost. Oh no, Glow's gonna get him with a nice headshot.
Yeah, pushes around the corner. You had heard him dropped off the box there, so knew that Lakia was gonna be looking nearby. Does manage to find one. It's gonna be a decent pickup here for him. See if they can find anything else on the exit. Zest pushes out. King still hovering up in heaven. Taking a couple pot shots, won't be able to find anything. Can go ahead and sacrifice himself to the spike. The rest of the team will be able to exit safely, and Newturn kick things off 2-0.
It's an extremely successful anti-eco for Newturn here. They only lose one. Anytime you can lose, two or less, that's a pretty successful one. And they get all four away with their guns, so going to be able to bank up that money. Very well executed by Newturn on that push. The double entry frags, they get the information right away, and they don't hesitate. As soon as they know where someone is, smokes are down to cover their entry angles. They find good picks, and that's 2 down for Vision Strikers very, very quickly. But that's to be expected. To be frank, this one's played out pretty stock standard so far.
Something a bit worrisome here for the side of Vision Strikers is going to be that Solo is just one little ult charge away from having that Rolling Thunder online. Line pushed out, clearing. Out A long. As the drone goes forward, we'll just get the finish on it here. Does RB, just absorbing the dart. We'll send out the boom bot. So we do have multiple people starting to progress through short. Aftershock clearing the box. We'll force a drop down as the blinds are ready to go. Flashpoint goes out. Nades to fly. Push around the corner. RB unable to get it. Stacks will fall as well. Manages to trade one back, but still going to be man advantage now for Newturn, as they will pull the spike back down into short. Looks like maybe thinking about rerouting, or at least delaying for this wraparound in B to happen.
Yeah, it's a good attempt at the double peek by Vision Strikers there. They have a pretty good timing on it, just better shooting from Newturn on that go-around. Spike's still stuck down there in short A. Harry's just gonna not do anything, just faking it with that teleport there, seeing if they can get somebody to bite out of B. And right now, there's nobody in there. There's just a nano swarm on the ground from the Killjoy. The last two.
Oh,
but Glow!
There's one. Goes ahead, pulls back away, just throwing down a dark cover. Gets himself repositioned, still looking over towards mid. Now the dark cover going to be thrown out here onto the A site, up in heaven. That should be the call, but this is going to be the play spot. King looking for the shot, unable to line it up. Allow will manage to strike him down. With 10 seconds remaining on the clock, Allow will find a second. The spike will get planted, and now it all comes down to Glow, but he's got a gun recovered, so could just go ahead and hold on to this.
Yeah, for Glow, there's no reason to get too crazy on this one, and he's going to walk by that nano swarm. Shouldn't be a problem, though. So there's not going to be any way that they have any idea he is there. The rest of Newturn just going to set up their crossfires very efficiently. Heaven corner, of course, long A. So Glow, though, he's looking for some kind of exit frag here.
Yeah, starting to just inch around. 2 members have been tagged up. 40 HP on Suggest, 66 on Allow. Perry, however, full health, so Glow just going to be lurking into the back. And you can see they're all just going to be exiting together, back through short and long. So will not cross paths with the veteran player on the side of Vision Strikers, so will just be a 3rd round pickup here as the spike erupts for Newturn.
Yeah, a tough one there for the Vision Strikers. They're at least able to keep the Phantom in the hands of Glow, but the rest of them going to lose guns and money. So coming up here, going to be curious to see what the buys are going to look like for Vision Strikers. And they have, a little bit of money, so maybe some sheriffs are going to go in the hands of some of the players who weren't able to keep guns. Of course, Glow going to maintain the Phantom. Even have a Frenzy coming through for Zest there. A lot of half armors. And RBs just look like, I think RB is probably potentially saving up for an op. Potentially. He does like to op. Maybe on Raze, I'm not too sure. We usually almost always see him on Jet, so it's kind of a little unusual. But I'm curious to see what his thinking is with just a full save there.
Pushing through forward, it's going to be a bit of aggression being shown here by Vision Strikers. Glow makes his way into window, is backed up right now by Zest. King lurking over towards the garage doors. Haven't located anyone yet, but pushing on the corner. Glow finds one, instantly spots another. It's going to be the paranoia. Lunged forward. Zest in the meantime, great little repeat on the side. Gets that flank onto Solo, who wasn't really anticipating somebody to be that far forward. Now that's the spike down. All of Vision Strikers start to collapse over towards the attacker's spawn. And they have a great dark cover that forces NUTURN to have to move through it if they want to recover this spawn.
Yeah, you got the Killjoy waiting in the garage if they try to come through that way. You can see some pings coming down, smokes as well, trying to block off these members of Vision Strikers that have gotten into the spawn area of NUTURN.
And this is a great hold, and it's going to take quite a lot for the side of NUTURN to try and break through this defensive hold. But maybe suggest on this deep lurk around through B can be the one to go ahead and break down the barriers.
All right, they're buying a little more time. Both teams using a lot of smokes to kind of obscure the vision. There goes the guiding light out in front. There was a smoke there. Nobody play off it. Glow getting another one on this.
And that was their best option right there, but Suggest gets struck down. Sorry, finding one, but there's the thrifty victory here for the side of Vision Strikers as they get themselves on the board. 3-1, NUTURN still leading.
I mean, you gotta love this from Vision Strikers, sneaking their way in through the mid window, getting deep into the territory of NUTURN. NUTURN none the wiser. They were pretty well stacked up over at Long C, and there was just a turret there from the Killjoy kind of watching it. Maybe it got a shot or two off and kind of revealed the location as well and gave Vision Strikers a little more confidence to push through there. It helps when Glow and Zest pick up 2 opening kills as well. And then you know the spike there, so that's really the bigger deal, of course.
RB pulls back, avoids the fault line. It's going to be a 5-man stack here from the side of NUTURN as the drones will push forward. RB showing himself for a moment, doesn't receive the dart. Blade Storm out from Allow. Getting ready to move into the site. It's going to be a very swift execution when they decide to pull the trigger on this. Let's see if the 3 members from Vision Strikers are going to be able to hold them back. Rolling Thunder going to come crashing through. Stacks is the first to fall. Allow trying to land the daggers, but King is there, managed to find one. But then will get struck down from the flank. Suggest taking his head off. Zest eliminated as well, back over by a main, and it all comes down to Glow yet again. A great little turnaround here from NUTURN after losing out on the thrifty. Glow is not ready for it. It does fall, and NUTURN take another step towards victory.
Yeah, this time Lakia's learning from previous mistakes there. He knows that somebody's going to be coming through A, and he assumes, especially since it's Glow once again, as that trailing member, as Glow likes to do. Glow has been consistently getting deep into the back lines of NUTURN, but this time it's a little bit too slow. A fantastic Rolling Thunder catches so many members of Vision Strikers. So this is kind of NUTURN using the information that Vision Strikers got against them. Vision Strikers sent out the Trailblazer and some guiding lights into short A. They got the information that NUTURN's in there. In response, NUTURN keeps pushing. They aren't afraid. They Rolling Thunder, waiting a bit for the Vision Strikers' potential reinforcements to come through, getting as much value as they can out of that. Then they push in. Fantastic round by the NUTURN team.
Yeah, really, really good. And they continue to get these turnarounds, you know, when Vision Strikers actually get the rifles into their hands, now forcing them to have to try to go for a back-to-back rifle round. And if they lose out here, economy is not going to be looking very good for the Vision Strikers. Let's see what the play is going to be. Spike for now, just going to be dropped in a neutral position here, just outside of mid. It's going to be a heavy stack over towards C at the moment, and that's going to potentially work out for Vision Strikers as we see several members from the side of NUTURN who are inched forward here at C long. Drone will spot one. That's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming through. He's looking for the lineup. Doesn't manage to find it. Glow pushes the corner, but Suggest is there, as well as Allow. Puts quite a bit of damage here onto the Jet, taking him down to 20 HP. Suggest gets his way into the back site with the rocket, taking down King. Zest playing the corner, manages to find 2, but can he continue to hold this off? Has been spotted by the recon dart. They'll start to make their way forward onto the site. Stacks playing the corner. First one to fall. Great stun comes out on his S instantly, but RB is there to scoop up the remaining pieces, and now it's just solo versus RB. But the health advantage very much on the side of NUTURN.
Man, oh man, great counter punches by both of these teams. But who's going to come through with the clutch? Vision Strikers really needs to get this turned around. They're already on the back foot quite a bit economically and in the round scores. But
spots him out. There you have it. Great little peek there from RB. Huge clutch coming in from him. 3 rounds, I believe, on the round as well. 3 kills on the round, I should say.
It doesn't matter what agent he has. He's just absolutely insane. I mean, so this is a great move here by NUTURN in the beginning, right? The Owl drone comes over. They shoot it with the Omen to hide behind the corner. And Vision Strikers has no idea. So then Glow pushes out into Long C, thinking he has a pretty decent lurk there. Maybe it's just a one-on-one. In fact, it's not. It's like a 3-on-1. Yeah. NUTURN takes that, but it's a quick reaction again here from Vision Strikers.
A good rerouting immediately from RB, acknowledging that he doesn't want to stay in the back of sight. That's exactly where Solo was kind of anticipating him to be. Comes out from garage. Manages to get that kill, gets the round victory. So still down by 2 are Vision Strikers, but a little bit of wind in their sails now. Still have to play against a fully rifled up group of new turn players, however. Dart forward, not quite where you want to connect by the look of it. The King lurking in the back will throw down the Nano Swarms, delaying the spike plant for just a little bit longer. Now pushes out around the corner, manages to find Solo. Now going to be taken down by Zest, who rejoins in over from the A-Link side. Everybody now from Vision Strikers collapsing onto B, where the spike is currently dropped on the corner.
Yeah, this is tough now for New Turn with that spike down. It's going to be really, really difficult. They're going to throw some smokes in, going to throw the blast pack, trying to open some space to get to this spike, but Vision Strikers very, very sturdy, not allowing any push just yet.
Yeah, Zest taking a little bit of damage from the blast pack, but he's just going to be shrugging that one off. A great shock dart does connect in onto Stacks, chunking him out just slightly, but it's not nearly enough to actually displace him, so he'll just continue to play this forward corner. Glow trying to lurk his way in from behind, does get caught off guard by Perry. He's got a successful lurk of his own. Stacks back up on top of the box. Paranoia going to be used as he tries to rejoin the rest of his squad.
Yeah, this is going to be an awful corner check here for New Turn. They got to go both ways at the same time. Crisscross, see if they can get through. Stacks on one side is going to be traded there. Zest going to pick up Suggest, though. A great setup for Vision Strikers.
Yep, and Perry, they know that he was playing off-site. They know that he's not going to be super up close. And he'll just have to go ahead and pull back, hold on to his gun as the clock will tick down. Vision Strikers starting to crawl their way back into this game. Now 3-4. Still at a disadvantage, but getting closer and closer, nipping at the heels of New Turn.
Yeah, it's smart there by Perry. Just save the gun, wait for the next round, and try to regroup. It's just an attempted B push that doesn't fool Vision Strikers at all, with Stacks in there as well with that Sky. That's a lot of flashes. That's a lot of utility that can slow up New Turn and get them blinded and get some of those easy picks onto them. A good turnaround here from Vision Strikers. We knew this one was going to be bloody. Back and forth, back and forth. I gotta say, I like our Trivial Pursuit ult counters here on the side, putting the little chips in as we build it up. I really like those.
Hey, you say that, I think of Mario.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Mario
fair enough.
HP
That's
bars
way more nerdy, I think. Is it?
Well, it's been holding it up for a little while here, but RB, showstopper in hand, a little bit of damage pushed over, and oh man, the hawkshot comes out. They do not manage to get the kill instantly, but they will follow up. Stacks taken down. RB just lobbing the rocket forward, will get rid of Suggest. So a 1-for-1 exchange, but now the blinds taken away from the side of Vision Strikers. Have to rely on Glow with the Paranoia. They lose out on King as well. So 3v2. With the spike getting rotated all the way over towards the C site. You can see the 2 remaining members of Vision Strikers currently lurking over at A, where Perry is just going to be looking to keep them busy potentially.
Yeah, it's a great adjustment here by Lakia, recognizing that most of Vision Strikers was going to be over at A with how deep in the paint they had actually gotten. You can see one member of New Turn actually died in the back corner of A, so that gives them a lot of information. They know a lot of that Vision Strikers is pretty deep into A as well. So that gives them the good opportunity to roam around and look.
Let's see who can strike first. Headshots there. Great intro Tink. Follows him for a second shot. Solo will take down Zest. Now it all comes down to Glow, and Perry has been on this very deep lurk ever since he was back over at the A site in Hell. Lakia is going to be lobbing in the shock darts. They find him as they push the corner. New Turn take another round, keeping themselves just barely ahead of Vision Strikers by 2.
And Solo doing a wonderful job on this as the Breach. Breaches, New Turn just seems to have great placement, great utilization of their breaches. Just like when we see Stacks play Breach for Vision Strikers, they're always getting in good spots with their utility. They're covering their teammates well. They're kind of playing that, okay, if you take our teammate, well, I'm there to trade. And then sometimes he can step up on his own as well. And yeah, that lurk by Perry there, just in case. It's really smart, top to bottom from New Turn. A great adjustment after that failed entry into A.
Hawk again forward over towards A lobby. No one forward pushed, however.
Wow.
Another Rolling Thunder on board here, or on line for Solo. Lakia as well with the Hunter's Fury, just waiting for a lockdown from King.
Solo's, wow, he's really getting deep towards B.
With the spike
yeah,
as well.
Exactly what I was thinking. That's pretty wild here. King's going to see the Boombot drive around a bit, and they have set up a pretty interesting crossfire, but that guiding light's going to send them back just a little bit. And of course, when it makes that noise, you know you landed it onto somebody.
Blazer just to search up through A. as they all rotate back around here. RB holding the angle, watching at long.
It's all that.
Yep. Should know that they are going to be there. Yep, and as he pushes out just with the classic in hand, will fall. Flash is now coming through, clearing the back of sight. That's going to be the tailwind forward from Allow, but it gets greeted by a headshot from Stax. A great little shutdown there with the Sheriff, but will not be able to recover a gun to try and turn the tides of this defense. That being said, he can just continue to line up their heads. Solo also going to get dropped.
Wow. This is so good. Vision Striker still in a great chance on this retake with a 4v3 and around the corner though, Perry ready for Zest, and Zest not even looking at him. Seekers are out, trying to get this retake started.
Yeah, lockdown going to be destroyed there by the Hunter's Fury. Vision Striker is currently holding the site, but now they need to get the defuse. Paranoia comes in, so just met by one as well. The corner, Glow having swapped guns with Stax, has the Sheriff in hand, manages to take down the enemy Raze, but the shock darts are getting lobbed in. It's enough to finish him off. Glow's the last one to fall, and New Turn take another round.
Yeah, it's a great patience from Lakia. He's had that Hunter's Fury for quite some time, waiting for the right moment, and that is a huge one, countering that lockdown as we see oh so often with Killjoys. You gotta be super careful. You gotta really know when's a good time to use it, when's not. And you're kind of forced to use it in this situation. You have an opportunity for a good retake with a 4v3. You got to go for it there. If you're Vision Strikers, you got to try to get that win because you saved that round. And if you get a thrifty there, that's huge.
Exactly. I mean, it's still a fantastic. You go for them no matter what. I like the little minor adjustment, actually. Only noticed it because of the new UI that we're running. Stax, after getting those first 2 kills with the Sheriff, says, okay, now you take this Glow, so chucked it over to him. RB, with the Raze, will be going for the Operator, all the same. So
I was wondering.
That in hand now.
I figured it would be about time for him.
It's much later than he would have liked, but Glow's spraying through, manages to find Suggest. Catching him over there at the mid-entrance for the attackers. Great little pickup. So already starting the man down, sprayed through the wall. Also gets some shots flying through there. Solo with 38 HP. Can make things a bit tougher for him.
We're going to see that for sure. That's definitely going to get information. That forces the tailwind out of the jet too, so that's a really useful owl drone right there.
Especially since he's got the Blade Storm running right now, so cannot go for any kind of flashy entry onto a site now.
Exactly. Makes it a lot tougher, but that helps. Perry catches Zest lurking.
Perry's lurks have just been phenomenal. I mean, he was the one that we were singing praises of when these guys did first meet in the week 1 qualifier. Glow just going to be doing a little jiggle around the corner, manages to spot out 2. Flash is coming through. He's going to lay down some cover. Paranoia as well. Nano Swarm to cut them off, and that forces them back. And this is the clock very much getting run down now for New Turn. 15 seconds remaining. The spike currently getting pushed forward here by Solo. As Stax waits in the wings. Oh, he looks away at a crucial moment. Now the spike can be rushed into B.
Yeah, the reinforcements were called just as he was looking away. Glow's going to get his 3rd kill of the round. Spike is here on B. Let's see if New Turn can keep this under wraps because RB's on the flank.
Let's get forced back. Chokes out the paint shells. Lakia just waiting behind the box. Still does take quite a bit of damage. Seems like maybe he thought he was going to be safe there, so it does get chunked out to 86. So 2v3, but with Solo as low as he is, this could be a bit challenging. The Rolling Thunder going to come crashing through. That'll force them off the spike, at least for the moment. Days out onto Glow, but Lakia having fallen. It'd be a miracle now for Solo to try to turn this one around. Push on the corner. Glow's got it. 4 kills in the round. Spike will get defused. It is now 6-4. 2 more rounds to go in the half.
That was a crazy bait there that the New Turn set up onto C. I mean, it really had Vision Strikers, that sold that it was going to be there. I mean, Glow's doing such a fantastic job here over on the C side, though. A great pick by Perry, but then Allow comes up, gets one, and then it's the Glow show. Headshots galore. That guy gets it done with the Phantom. I mean, this is just great movement by him. Great setup on that angle onto C. Really just, he's buying times with the smokes. There's a lot that he's doing there behind that box. He throws his Paranoia, steps over to the side.
Oh, man, RB finds one. Thought he was going to have the collapse. Does not, but it just does fall to 3 HP. So very damn close to making it happen, but already. That is just basically the nails in the coffin here for the round. Blind will come out. He still takes the shot, takes a little bit of damage, but gets the clip through onto Solo, knocking him down to 44. And we can see this is why he goes for the Raze. He can get those blast pack forwards, get himself set up early. Made up over the top, puts quite a bit of damage down, takes out Lakia. Do we see the ace already? It's just allow left.
Oh, this is what you want to see. He's gonna have a showstopper as well.
Unbelievable from RB.
Oh.
Now just waiting. He is completely surrounded. There's nothing left to do. Just give it to him. They do. RB with an ace here in round number 11. Puts it on the board.
I mean, just magnificent from RB. Gets down into short A with the op, like you said. Almost gets the collateral. Just fantastic paint shells, buying a lot of time, just sidestepping the breach fault line perfectly. Oh, just fantastic. Then sees him coming out of log, steps down off the box. I mean, he blast backs himself up there just in case. Doesn't matter, doesn't need to. So good. So good.
Fantastic setup. Getting the reset as well. Now just be holding this down, and they say, you know what? RB's been playing A this entire time. He hasn't really been shaking it up. Let's completely ignore the A lobby, at least off the bat. We know he's got that operator. He's going to be going for these setups. So they all get ready to move up potentially here into C long. We'll spot 2 with the drone. Don't get the dart tags, however. But it's decent vision.
Yeah, you might have seen the Hunter's Fury come out there if he had gotten that. If Zest had gotten that dart in, he might have given it a go. Instead, that does allow Glow to move up into Cubby, but that's pretty typical. I wouldn't be too surprised if this doesn't fool New Turn too much. Maybe there'll be a smoke that comes out, Suggest comes around the corner with that Judge and is ready for Glow. But you never know. Glow can hold this angle just as well as anybody. I mean, we saw Perry pick up that 4-piece earlier.
Well, the dark cover comes out, so he's going to be anticipating somebody to move up this corner pretty soon here. Recon Bolt also spots 1. Moving forward. Oh! Suggest has to do the double take. He actually wasn't really anticipating it. So there's just going to be the lurk kill coming through for Glow. Question is, does he want to try to reposition? Could try to go for a TP fake to make Perry think that he is relocated. Seems like he'll just go ahead and pull back naturally as they start getting word that the rest of members from New Turn have relocated. Lakia moving forward up through Garage. Catches Zest, takes him down. Allow finds Glow as well. King in the back sight will fall. And now it is a great advantage here for the side of New Turn. 2v4 for Vision Strikers to try to tie us up in the half. Stacks dropped, finds a second one. Flash out around the corner, redraws his weapon. Will manage to find Lakia, and Stacks is absolutely huge. Gets 4 in the round to tie us up 6-6.
I mean, that, for all intents and purposes, should have been New Turn's round. Vision Strikers is coming in one at a time to see. But no, it's Stacks who goes absolutely ham. Taking 4 there. What a guiding light around the corner. Steps up, finishes off Lakia, turns, gets the 4-piece. Woo!
What an unbelievable first half here in the map. 6-6. As we will give these players a breather. God knows they absolutely need it. Such a strong start from New Turn. Putting multiple rounds on the board. Vision Strikers barely managing to fight back, but then as soon as they got their stride, they absolutely took off, brought it back, keep us tied up as they now get ready to go on the attack.
Well, I mean, this is as good as you could have asked for. Both of these teams love this map.
Yeah.
This is their favorite map. Both of them, this is it. And you can see why. They both are playing fantastically on this. We've seen some crazy huge rounds. I mean, an ace from RB, that 4-piece from Stacks to finish this one out. Oh!
Yeah, back-to-back. Gorgeous rounds from Vision Strikers. When it looked like they were down and out in that last one there, I mean, the 2v4 retake, it was 1v4. It was just Stacks came in and said, oh, you know what? Seaside belongs to me. Snatches it right out from beneath them. I hope you guys are getting the clips because there's a lot that needs to be shared.
And I mean, that again, that New Turn plays this great. They come into Garage, they have a great readjustment. Nobody on Vision Strikers has any idea until Zest walks into it and gets just yeeted into the lobby. And so then they push in there, they have a great push. They pick up a couple more on Vision Strikers as they're stepping into, because Vision Strikers is coming in one at a time. Their adjustment to the movement there is sloppy. They're not coming in at the timings are bad. Yep. Instead of coming in together, it's again one at a time. So that really makes things fall apart pretty quickly for them until Stacks just goes absolutely insane. This is why we talk about Stacks as being one of the best in the business with these flashers.
All right, well now New Turn here on the defense. Fault line does go out. Let's see what Vision Strikers like to do. These guys have the timings down when it comes down to every single map. They know how long it takes for them to rotate from one site to another, so they will play with time, unlike most other teams. Great push in here from Lockett, however, on the back of Perry's Paranoia. Manages to find RB. Push out the door. It will find another, now a third, before Stacks and Zest are able to trade back two. So now at a disadvantage here. It's looking like another pistol round victory for New Turn, unless Zest and Glow can click some heads.
Well, nobody's over in A right now, so they have an opportunity to get in there. Of course, they have to be extremely careful. They have no idea. They have no information on what's going over there. So, you know, the recon dart has already been used, so you got to wait for that. You do have a couple shock darts, but again, no owl drone either. So information is going to be lacking. Oh, Lau's going to get one.
Yeah,
last one.
To mine it, and Solo will go ahead and get the last one. So Pistol yet again goes the way of New Turn, 7-6 to start off the second half.
Yeah, they just, I mean, it's just, it's not just a meme, it's true. Vision Strikers just can't seem to find success in these pistol rounds, and it is what it is. I mean, it doesn't really affect them. They always bounce back. I mean, we saw this, you know, even though they lost the anti-eco last time and then lost the first rifle round, they got a thrifty right after. So these guys, extremely tenacious, extremely smart. They come up with great ideas. Again, you got to give so much credit to Glow. Such a smart play caller as time goes on, but he's getting some help today from some huge plays from RB and Stacks.
Fault line forward from Solo, just trying to keep everybody out of short. Vision Strikers, they don't usually play forward. It's very rare that we see a rush from these guys.
Almost
like to
never.
gain as much information as possible and slowly take over territory. Kind of like playing an RTS is how they play this. You know, Warcraft 3, they advance through the fog of war. So that right there is a good little secure. Zest taking out Solo.
Just
puts one up over at A, but there's still going to be two more. Blind comes out on the Lockett, pulls back.
You know, StarCraft is popular here. Oh no, Lau's going to get one, has a tailwind back. He's going to get two, and Lockett gets a third.
Can he get three? No, he cannot. King will strike him down, but that is going to be the damage dealt. King and Zest with almost no HP between them. Now left is the only two members alive. A huge little turnaround there. Loud doing some serious damage before he gets eliminated.
Man, oh man, Vision Strikers is so smart. They're putting themselves in really awkward positions where, I mean, just nobody's ready for it. But then the counter turn from New Turn this time is doing the same thing to them. Both of these teams are so darn smart. You can see here why New Turn is flexible.
All right,
they're moving kind of back into interesting positions.
Yeah, but they do leave B unoccupied. It's going to be the long wraparound up through the attacker's spawn area here from Perry. You can see they're not actually opting in for B. Now will do so as they get revealed. Nades come out. Zest does not pull off of that fast enough. Wanted to get the spike down, is unable to do so. The Just finds two, as New Turn will be 2 up now, 8-6.
I mean, this is so huge for New Turn. A lot of money going to be able to be put in the bank after that one. So we get ready to see what the Vision Strikers have in store. It's going to be the buy round this time for them. And the money's going to get spent. And the rifles are going to be taken. And, you know, it's kind of interesting to see which ones they prefer. Look at this from Allow. Look at that tailwind. So good in the adjustment to get the headshot with that frenzy.
Yep, just a great little peek there from Suggest. Spots out the Sova. Forces him to kind of panic, go for the plant. Makes him a very easy takedown from the nades. It's a good start from New Turn. They need to keep the pressure up. Reminder that this is their map pick. And the next one is Icebox. So you absolutely want to be able to close out Haven. Because if you need to take down Vision Strikers on Icebox to force us into a game 3, then that is just such a...
Good luck.
Just a stark position to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it just, nobody else plays it. Vision Strikers is kind of taking that advice that we've seen that, you know, get good at Icebox and then you kind of put your opponents into bad positions with their map picks and bans. So they're going to put out a bunch of flashes. Nobody's here just yet. Smokes around both of the doors. The entry into C, so it's going to be a free plant. So the retake is going to be quite fascinating here from New Turn. How are they going to get it done?
Yeah, we'll just be planted for long. Everybody going to be pulling back. There is this operator in the hands of Allow. So can fight back against them at this long range distance here. Seems like maybe Stacks and Glow are going to go on a little bit of alert mission through Garage. As it has been swapped over, so Solo taking the operator into his hands, giving his Phantom over to Allow so he can play forward with the Jet.
He's got to be careful, though.
And he does. Stacks manages to find one. Nanoswarm comes out. Zest just going to be holding the angle, waiting for the shock darts. Lets one fly. Second one does come out. Recon bolt up over the top, and they will just continue to spray them down one after the other. There is the push forward into the garage for the final kill as Perry will get dropped. And this time, NewTurn are not going to be able to win the first rifle round. Vision Strikers do take it.
Yeah, it's a textbook C plan here. Once you get it for free, you plant for long, you fall back, you make sure garage is covered. And Solo went down pretty quick with that operator. Stax gets him. Now there is a trade, but at the end of the day, Vision Strikers is able to clear out garage, keep things in their hands, and it's really smart. If you know there's an operator, then you don't want to be peeking that long haul from the alley coming from a defender's side. Yeah. It's really, really nicely done here by Vision Strikers.
Fantastically done. And I also, can really appreciate everybody not shooting in the same location. Oh man, Allow pulls out the Blade Storm, is looking for an early pick, but Glow rather, just sitting up on top of the box, will go ahead and strike him down.
I think Glow knew that something like that. He knew the ult was online. He sensed that Allow might try to come through there with something like that.
I mean, if you're going to force a Blade Storm forward, go that aggressive on defense, it's pretty much always going to come out of C long.
Exactly.
Very rarely will you see a push like that happen up towards the lobby.
Yeah, maybe A long, but it's not as common.
Too many of the angles to worry about over at the A site. Speaking of which, it's going to be a bit worrisome now for Lakia, who will pull back, get himself situated up in heaven, which has not been cut off by any dark cover here for the moment. The nade does buy enough time for them to move forward, then the dark cover comes in. Perfectly timing these together as the trackers are also let loose by Stax. Shock dart out, does land on the spike, but there's no one there to receive the hit.
I like the way they're using Sky with Stax, getting a lot of information to make their pushes.
Now, how do you retake this? Man disadvantage. Flash is still flying. That will now just expire. Start moving forward again. Lakia does have this Hunter's Fury available if he could get some information, but now the paranoia comes through, continuing to force them back. Last pack's lopped in. RB checking heaven, doesn't spot anything. King mows down one. Lakia does get dropped. Suggests with the Sheriff will manage to take out Glow. And there's going to be the retreat from Perry. He's pulling all the way back to stay safe as Vision Strikers will go ahead, take another round. It's keeping us so very tight-knit, 8-8. Do we just get overtime in the first map?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm definitely down for it. I mean, nothing would be better to kick this event off than to have that overtime at the end. And this is so smart by Vision Strikers. You get that early pick onto I mean, Glow, I feel like Glow had to have had the read here because he gets on top of that box with that TP right at the beginning of the round, right out the gate.
Yep.
So to me, that instantly signals that he knows that there's a really good chance that Allow is going to try it. So they've done their homework. Then they go right back over to A, and there's just never really much of a setup, much of an opportunity because of the information that Stax can get and some of those flashes and other things. Just buys a ton of time. Fantastic job by Vision Strikers.
Well, now it's Glow who's looking to get a little bit aggressive over here at C long. Does take a couple of shots, though, from Perry. Suggests in the meantime, off screen, getting absolutely wrecked in the garage. 22 health remaining for the Raze player of NewTurn.
Yeah, both those, it looks like they might be backing off. Just checking to see if maybe somebody can get a pick in a short A, catch somebody getting a little over-aggressive there. But this is going to allow Lakia now to get through in towards mid.
Josh is flying. They spot one here in lobby. It's going to be RB. Manages to find one. Allow kind of botching the tailwind out, but it doesn't matter. Goes for the re-peek and will find King. So what was a 1-for-1 turns into a nice little advantage here for NewTurn. He's thinking about going for a third as well. There's Stax. He lines it up. Allow looking huge. Cloud burst down. Paranoia will come through as Glow will fall. Great wrap around here from the two other members on the side of NewTurn. As this now has to try to recover this spike, and Allow is ready for this angle of approach. And there you go. Does get finished off as NewTurn. They take another round win. Keeping their heads above the water right now. You can see the cheeky little smiles on their faces as well at the end play there.
Well, it's so nicely done here by Allow. He buys so much time, and he recovers from that failed tailwind so nicely. He expects someone to come in because with the tailwind, you're thinking, okay, he's gone all the way back up the ramp into A here, right there. But no, he actually sticks around, catches King sleeping a little bit. Stax is ready for him, just outshoots him. That's 3 kills. You've got Lakia already lurking all the way into mid. Huge, Whoa. Nicely done. Whoa.
Okay, well, explosive start there over at C long. A 1-for-1, but then Stax taken down as well. here at a lobby. So again, great advantage for Newturn to kick things off with. Zest droning forward, doesn't manage to make it around that corner to spot out Allow. As Solo, oh, he's just playing it patiently. Tries to steal the kill in the end, but it doesn't matter. Goes for the repeat, finds Glow, spike down, flash out. Sees RB the last one standing. RB will manage to take down Allow, only taking a slight little bit of damage in the exchange. Now rotates over into window, drops out, clears this angle, and has to push back. But is he going to be ready for Lakia? Waiting, he is not. Headshot is there. It's another swift round victory here for Newturn.
Yeah, these are huge moves by Lakia, getting deep into the back lines of Vision Strikers to really secure wins and also keep a little extra money in the bank, because if he's not there, you know, you never know. Maybe RB comes around the corner, takes out Solo. Solo's position is revealed because you can see the cracks through the wall. He knows that the breach is in there, and that gives him a good opportunity to at least win that duel. Instead, Lakia is there. And again, the reason that's big, it seems like, oh, he just gets in the flank, it's an easy kill, but because he's able to do it, saves money potentially for his team.
Allow now. Holding here at C Long. They get the spot. I think Glow should have been able to register that there's an operator in Allow's hands. So we'll be calling for the, don't peek there. Goes out with the paranoia. RB has made his way here into the garage. Boombot does get taken down. So just the first one to fall. Allow can't recover with the knives. Does get eliminated by King. Now Parry gone. And it's, Vision Strikers in one of these rare moments where they say, okay, pick up the pace. Very rare miss there from Glow. An absolute botch on the shots. Had the jump on Solo, but cannot strike first. And now there's potential for a comeback here in the round. Zed's still going to be full HP, full armor. But RB only has 4 health to his name. Shock Dart starting to lob in. Hunter's Fury is available. RB has dropped. Showstopper not going to be able to find a damn thing. Recon Bolt coming out. Fault line going to be dodged. Zest. Oh, can he hold them off? Hunter's Fury does come through. Gets the kill onto one. The rush thought about there from Lakia, but decides to delay. And now Zest knows that he has to peek here. Gets it to half. The operator's in his hands. Can he get the kill? He can. Vision Strikers almost let that one slip through the cracks, but the clutch will come through, and they stay within touching distance of Newturn.
Yeah, it's really nice change of pace by Vision Strikers, and also recognizing that they have an opportunity to get that operator taken out of the hands of Allow. Allow tries his best with those knives, whiffs a bit. That gives King an opportunity. I mean, Solo's doing a fantastic job. That's great crosshair placement from him. Both of these teams have just insanely good crosshair placement, but Vision Strikers gets into garage very quickly after recognizing that Allow is there. They throw some smokes to kind of, fake that maybe they're pushing up in one direction. They come from the other side very quickly. It's not entirely, it doesn't catch Allow completely off guard, as you can see with the knives, but it was good enough and strong enough that they're able to get the win. Great hold at the end as well by Zest. A fantastic job with his Hunter Furies. Very patient. He doesn't overcommit with them. You see a lot of players sometimes just go for all 3 Hunter's Furies right away. You can hold on to them. You can buy time. All right, well, you can see again, Stax is doing a really good job with these Trailblazers. It's like a owl drone almost, basically. And you can
Faster moving one.
Yeah, exactly. That's almost scarier than, it's much scarier than an owl drone. An owl drone can't shoot you. Well, the dart, but that doesn't hurt.
Oh man, imagine if it could shoot you.
Ugh.
A little dog.
There's little miniguns on it.
Dog with a gun.
Like grabs you and pulls you up in the air and like drops you.
I want dogs with frickin' laser beams on the sides of them. Run around the map. Scout from. I don't do a very good impersonation.
That's not bad. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
All right.
Lockdown for King. And I don't think Hunter's Fury is available for Lakia. No, it is not.
That could be a good Halloween look for you.
Thanks. I mean, I've done the Mr. Clean thing before.
Oh, if you got to do Mr. Clean, then you got to do Dr. Evil.
Yeah, and the guy from the Assassin's game that wears the red tie.
Oh, Hitman.
There you go, Hitman.
Well, Glow just TPing off site, and this is going to be a window defense setup here for Vision Strikers, getting into B relatively easily. King holding the back angle, looking to protect from lobby. Good Cloudburst does come through, cuts off his vision. They get the blind, they get the stun here onto Zest, and he cannot line up the shot onto Allow, but King still lurks from behind. Finds both of them with the headshots. RB off screen, you'll find one. King scoops 3 on the round as the Showstopper will get let loose from Suggest. Takes RB rather low, but as the spike tap comes in, Glow pushes the corner, and Vision Strikers take another round.
This is so smart by Vision Strikers. They know that New Turn has been wanting to get into the back lines of them. Lakia in particular, but others have been getting into their spawn area. And this time King takes advantage of it. He waits for them to get in the window, picks up a double for it. That just basically seals the deal on B. Very, very good adjustment here by Vigistrikers on a B push. A couple nice rounds back-to-back for Vigistrikers to get this back to 10-10. Not too unexpected with these two teams. Still have the lockdown available for King as well. Never even needed to use it. No ults available yet on the side of New Turn. So this is a great opportunity for Vigistrikers to really take a lead and set the tempo for the rest of this game.
Yeah, King saying, just haven't needed it. Why use it? Continues to hold on to it, but like you say, you probably want to use it sooner rather than later, because if Lakia gets 1 or 2 kills in a round, suddenly the fuse comes in, picks up an ult orb somewhere, he's going to have that Hunter's Fury online to go ahead and try and counteract it. Spike for now is going to be inched up through the A lobby. 4 members getting ready to lurk over towards that side of the map, while Glow just holds down over towards C. No one pushing on that side though. Stacks will just move forward with the Trailblazer, trying to scout out as best as possible. Wow, spamming through. Does get a nice little connection there on Zest's legs.
Yeah, so for Vigistrikers, they rethink the short A idea temporarily, but now they're all stacking up in here and maybe trying to bait them into it, but New Turn is not fooled at all. Everybody is over there.
Ooh. Zest down. Great peek out now, matched by Allow. Does look over here towards short. The lockdown will be coming through. Nades invested. RB finds 1. Lockdown goes off, does get a nice little detain here onto Allow, further delaying the jet. Great shot from Suggest, finds 1, finds 2. Oh man, suddenly now it's all just on RB. He pushes out of the smoke, but then does die. Parry pushes forward, manages to find that kill. The defuse will come in, and New Turn move up to 11 round wins, just 2 away from taking their map pick of Haven.
Yeah, they're just not fooled at all, or New Turn. Just no resistance on this. They don't care that there was a push forward, that Vigistrikers take some damage. They know the Vigistrikers are well known to try to fake a push and then redo it a few seconds later. And this time, that's exactly what happens. They're waiting with open arms, basically. I mean, yeah, sure, the lockdown comes down, but they lose 2. But basically trying just to get that lockdown in a place where they feel like they could cover enough of the site with it to make the push off of it. Allow even gets detained, but it doesn't matter. It's just a great work here, especially at the end by Suggest. That Sheriff shooting was just, chef's kiss.
Yeah, I mean, that's all he had for the entire round. He was just basically saving, just went for the, opted in for the 800 spend on the Sheriff, and he made the most of it. Now has a proper gun in his hands. As Zest will be looking to clear down through short. Dart comes out. Not quite certain if he got, yeah, he did get the spot here onto Allow. That's why he's going to be repositioning back up the ramp.
I mean, by the way, neither team in this half has won more than 2 in a row. I mean, that's how back and forth
so
this
swingy.
is. It's so incredible how good they are at making adjustments against each other. They read each other so well. I mean, again, they used to be sister teams, so they know each other, how they play, how they think, better than anyone else in Korea. That's why this match is so good.
Boombot forward into garage. King, sees that shoulder. Nanoswarm going to be chucked in, but gets the activation a little bit too late, and it's definitely not worth it. Falls down to 22 HP. Heal, at least, fortunately, is going to be there from Stacks to try and top him up. As the shots come flying through.
Sorry, TNL is the sister team of New Turn. Excuse me. I misspoke on that. My bad. It feels so good that I thought they were.
Rushing forward. But, maybe they'll be the new one.
Yeah, there you go.
Just leaping into the back, just using those blast packs to keep himself safe. Lobs of the paint shells up over the top. It's going to get quite a bit of damage in. Glow does fall. Suggest holding this angle in the back. Manages to find a second as RB does get dropped. 2, however, exchanged as the spike needs to get planted damn soon. Solo comes up from behind. Fault line chucked out. 2v2 for the attempted retake. Now it's just King all by himself. Makes his way into the back of sight. And that's going to be Allow finding the headshot. New Turn taking it to 12, guaranteeing at least an overtime, if not the map win of Haven.
Yeah, this is huge here by New Turn. It's just a great flank from Solo. Again, New Turn doing a great job getting into the back lines of Vigistrikers. Vigistrikers adjusted forward a little bit, but now they're not able to. They have to push pretty deep into C. They get that frag at Garage, and that's a nice little opening, but it's very good patient play here from New Turn on the retake. and they get the job done. Vision Strikers doing a good job readjusting to go over to C, but again, both of these teams are so smart, so good at countering each other.
Now Vision Strikers need to dig deep. They need to put 2 on the board in a row. You can see it's not going to be a full purchase coming in. Glow with a half armor, just the Spectre there for Zest. They've been good at the Thrifties. This doesn't quite qualify, obviously. But RB, the only ult that they have available is that Showstopper. They're going up against 3 from the side of New Turn. Vision Strikers, can they make it happen? They absolutely need to. Fault line through, Allow just going to be eating that from his teammate. Solo looks to scout. Aftershock to clear the corner. RB moves away. Still eats the damage. It's going to be reliant on some heals from Stacks. Just continuing to play down. RB holds the angle, does manage to capitalize. Chucks out the paint shells up to the top of the ramp. And that will allow him to pull back.
Yeah, you do have the Blade Storm available for Allow. Continue to now head over towards C, but there's still quite a strong defense set up. Perry taking a little bit of damage. And you got Suggest on top of the box. Glow finds his way into the cubby, going to eliminate that from the shadows.
Yeah, chunks him out. Wraparound now coming through. RB having since been topped up. Showstopper available. Suggest waiting for his moment. Will let the rocket fly, but no one is there to receive it. Great shots coming in. Oh, he redraws his gun. The Vandal out. Manages to find 2. RB and Zest both falling. King down to 45 HP. And suddenly, this is looking like this might just be the map over. They're rerouting. 15 seconds remaining. Gonna have to be a push through window now onto the B site. Suggest starting to wrap around towards that side. Is backed up by Allow, and they could potentially just shut this completely down. Stacks manages to find 1. Lakia lurking in the window, finds another. The spike plate is going through, but I don't believe he's got enough time. He does not! And there you have it! 13 rounds on the board for New Turn. They delay it, and they will take Haven out from underneath the Vision Strikers.
Well, there you go. New Turn getting their map pick win in a hotly contested Haven. They get 3 in a row, the first time in that half that any